Thank you for joining again. Subscribe to the channel, hit it with a thumbs up, and of course, comment down below what you think. Let's get started. Today we're talking about one of the very Dr. John studies. You need an additional 11,034 a year to maintain the same living standard you had in 2021. Here's what the White House personality. Dr. Gah is renowned for delivering direct, no-nonsense advice to guests facing a wide range of personal challenges. But in this episode, the focus shifts from individual struggle to a broader national concern: inflation. In episode 13 of Dr. Phil Primetime, Dr. Phil spoke with Jordan and his wife Letitia, a couple who both work full-time as teachers, yet struggle to cover basic necessities for curricular activities for their children. Don't miss car insurance premiums in America are through the roof and only getting worse. But 5 minutes could have you paying as little as $29 a month. Commercial real estate has beaten the stock market for 25 years, but only the super rich could buy in. Here's how even extraordinary investors can become the landlord of Walmart, Whole Foods, or Kroger. Magic money moves will boost you up America's net worth ladder in 2024. And you can complete each step within minutes. Here's how. Again, there's some of the cool stories that are trending right now. This is frustrating, right? Because you both work really hard. Again, those are two teachers, very hardworking teachers. You work an extra job, and you still can't make it work. Dr. Phil observed. Jordan echoed this sentiment, responding, "It's a sad situation." Rather than offering immediate advice, Dr. Phil turned on to the big screen, where he presented some alarming statistics. When you take a look at what's going on, electricity's 5% increase, auto insurance up 33%, used cars up 35%, hotels up 15%, groceries, this matters, up 25%, Dr. Phil read aloud. Then come the most shocking figure. This is a big one. You need $11,434. Additionally, just to maintain the same living standard that you had in 2021. Did y'all get a raise between now and then? No, the couple answered, shaking their heads in unison. But how does their situation stack up against federal data? Did you get a raise? Fill the specifics of the 11,434 figure, but it appears to stem from an analysis conducted by Republican members of the U.S. Senate Joint Economic Committee using government data. In November 2023, CBS News reported on the analysis, stating the typical American household must spend an additional $11,434 annually just to maintain the same standard of living they enjoyed in January of 2021. Right before inflation soared to 40-year highs, though the Biden administration has criticized the analysis, labeling it flawed. 14 million more Americans have jobs than when Biden took office. Disposable income is up by almost $21,000 since December 2020, a White House spokesperson told CBS Money Watch. The latest employment report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics also indicates that the average hourly earnings for all employees or private non-farm payrolls in the U.S. reached $35.36 in September 2024, $29.93 in January 2021, and an increase over 6%. Battle against inflation. Americans have grappled with rising prices in recent years. In June 2022, the U.S. Consumer Price Index saw an annual increase of 9.1%, the largest since November 1981. However, after significant interest rate hikes by the Federal Reserve, the headline inflation rate in the U.S. subsided. In August 2024, the CPI showed a 12-month increase of only 2.5%. Several experts have even declared victory over inflation. Last October, Nobel laureate Paul Krugman proclaimed on X, "The war on inflation is over. We won at very little cost." Jeremy Siegel, professor of finance at the University of Pennsylvania, Wharton, shared a similar view in an interview with CNBC. "We're not going to have any more inflation," he said. But while the rate of inflation has slowed down, the prices of many necessities remain elevated. For example, the food index within the CPI has risen by more than 21% since January 2021, and the shelter index has surged by more than 22% during the same period. Considering this, Jordan and Letitia are not alone in taking on extra work to make ends meet. A recent economic news release shows that as of September 2024, 4.817 million Americans were working full-time job and part-time job, while 359,000 Americans were down to full-time jobs. Again, 359,000 Americans were holding down two full-time jobs. "We're being crushed," Jordan said. "The middle class are the ones that are hurting. The bracket where we make too much to get help and we make enough to where we still feel the pressure of gas prices. There's something to be said for the discrepancy between rising hourly wages and a plethora of cash-strapped Americans. It's possible, like Jordan expressed, some of those in the middle, not poverty-stricken, but still living a paycheck to check, face a unique struggle yet to be solved." Obviously, this is very, very cool information. Some of the stuff that you can read after that. Cost of living in America is still out of control. Use these three real assets to protect your wealth today, no matter what the U.S. Fed does or says. Lock in juicy quarterly income through this $1 billion private real estate fund, even if you're not a millionaire. Here's how to start it with as little as $10. Jeff Bezos and Oprah Winfrey invest in this asset to keep their wealth safe. You may want to do the same in 2024. A quick poll, just so that you know. Is inflation affecting your lifestyle? Yes, significantly. Maybe the second one, somewhat. Maybe the third one, not at all. Which one do you think? And this poll is provided to you by Civic Science. And again, that's just some that you might want to check. Anyways, thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. Click subscribe to the channel, and of course, hit it with a thumbs up. Comment down below what you think, and let me know in the comments. Follow me on Instagram, the Studio 11. Follow me on X, the Studio 2020. And of course, thank you for joining. And with that said, it's until next time.